chilling, and finally, I opened the lock. Oh my god. Hello guys, this is KixPicks. And today we have something very special and unique. Something that happened to you once in a lifetime. I received this package. It have a lock, very special lock. Before I open the package, I have to thank someone. And that is PKR Labs. I like to thank him very much, because without him I wasn't able to receive this lock. And let's open and see what's inside. As you can see, the box is sealed. First time to open it and check what's inside. I think you guys saw what's inside. Yes, this is Brummie's evil Corbin. And this is the box that's supposed to come in. Right, let's clean this up and see what's inside. This is the cover of the box. So guys, why is this lock special? Why is this lock piece of history? This is Brummie's evil Corbin, and I think he started passing this along. He tried to pick it. He couldn't pick it, and he decided to do something amazing. And this is to pass the lock to other pickers. I'm sure most of you know the story about this lock, but just to make the story short, this lock had passed through 50 pickers all around the world. Actually 49, and I'm number 50. Some people managed to open it, some people couldn't. As you can see, here's the rules. You must have an active YouTube channel. You have 1 week to pick this, so 1 week from receiving the lock, which is today. And you must do a video, which I'm doing now. You open the box and you try to receive it and try to pick it. So I'm gonna do a test to try to do my first attempt. As you can see, here are the people, the amazing names here in this book, this piece of history. You find all the names of people who didn't manage to open, and people who managed to open the lock to pick it. And this is amazing names written here all around the world. And I'm seeing now some really advanced pickers that have the name that's written. They weren't able to pick the lock. It scares me a little bit. So yeah. Actually, I'm supposed to be number 50. I'm not sure what's happening here. I have to check with the Brummies, because I think, because I was supposed to receive it number 50, but the lock was leaving the States. So they decided to give it to one more picker in the States before it arrives here. So, so before the lock leaves the States, before it goes back. So I think this is the reason why it went to one more picker. So I'm gonna be number 51. Okay. I'm a bit confused with seeing the number right now, but I'm gonna check it and maybe update you in my second attempt, because I'm sure 100% that I won't be able to pick this lock on the first attempt. I'm just gonna try to feel the lock, try to understand the lock, try to understand what's happening inside, try to feel the pins and see the tensioning. As you can see, it is locked. It's a bit heavy. It's very beautiful lock. And I'm sure the 50 lock pickers picking this lock have abused the lock, and it won't be working as good as it's supposed to be. I'm trying to put the light here so you guys can see the keyway. So let's test it. So guys, just to make your life easier, not waste your time for watching me picking this lock for 30 minutes and failing at the beginning when I got it out of the package, I thought about making a short conclusion for you, just to explain to you what's happening in the lock and to make the video more interesting. So when I start picking this lock, at the beginning, I was trying to understand the lock. I talked about this in a video before. I think it was the one that I was doing the lock fumbler giveaway video, my entry to his giveaway. I was talking about that you, instead of trying to pick the lock and pick it open, you should take your time to understand the lock and see how it works, because not all locks are the same. So if we're talking about Brummie's Evil Corbin, it's an old lock and it's been abused, definitely, because it's been traveling all over the world for 50 pickers. So let me tell you my conclusion about this lock. The springs in the lock are extremely strong, so you must be using extremely heavy tension, because it's very easy to drop the pins that you set, and this is what make the lock difficult, and a lot of people wouldn't be able to pick it because they didn't get this part. So I was using extreme tension, and I think pin number 5 is the first one that you can set. You set pin number 5 in the back. It have 5 pins. Then you will move to number 3. You will set number 3. It's not fully set. You just push it up, and then you go back to number 4. Then number 2 or 3 will give you a bit of counter rotation. You continue the cycle trying to set those pins until you get a full set. Then you will play with the pin number 1 and 2 and 3. You go back to check on 4 and 5, but mainly if you focused more on 2 and 3 and 1, you will get in a deeper full set. Then the lock, you will have a counter rotation. Set the last pin in this This part, you have to be using extremely tight tension and feel the pins and see which one will give you the counter rotation. So you start loosening the tension a little bit until the lock will, without dropping anything, until the lock will be doing the counter rotation, then it will be doing the open. So this is my conclusion about the lock. In the video that you're watching now, I definitely was using the wrong picks, the wrong tensioners, and because I was testing, my conclusion is I used a Kix profile, but I actually customized it. I made the notch in it a bit deeper and wider because the pin's size is different. And I used one of Jimmy Long's deep hooks because it was deep and thin, so it helped me to be just on the pin itself, not to overset anything. And but it was a bit narrow, so it kept slipping because we have a ball bearing in the first spin, and try just to avoid it. Don't let it confuse you. I know that this lock has ended its journey and it's not traveling around the world again, but maybe Brummie can watch my video and hear my conclusion. It might help him to pick this lock. And it was extremely tough. It took me 3 days to pick the lock, 3 days of testing and trying. Definitely not the whole 3 days because I was extremely busy those days. So I spent, let's say, 15 minutes a day trying to pick it and understand it. And in the last day, which was yesterday, I said, okay, I have free time. It was 2 o'clock in the morning and I was watching TV and I said, let's not record anything. Let's sit comfortable. Let's put the lock close to me. And I was just relaxing and I was listening to a podcast and I was picking the lock. And then I did exactly as I told you in my conclusion, and the lock started to open, start to rotate. As soon as I get the rotation, I grabbed my phone, hoping that I will not drop the set pins, and I start recording with my hand, and you guys will see now what happened. Guys, I was sitting and chilling, and finally, I opened the lock. Oof. Oof. Oh my god. Yeah. You cannot imagine, guys. Woof. Woof. I want to keep it I want to keep it inside. I wasn't recording the whole time, but I opened it in less than 5 minutes. But it took me more than 2 to 3 days trying to pick this lock. Oh. I even made a certain pick for this. I tried to make the groove, the notch and the monkey paw a bit bigger, deeper, I mean. And I was using those two picks and those two tension wrench. Oh my god, I can't believe I picked it. guys can see, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And they picked the lock. I thought I'm gonna fail. I'm so happy that I can add my name to the list right now, and I am the last picker. This is going back to Brummies, going back to England, and I'm the last picker to pick it, and I'm able to pick it. I'm so happy. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and see you guys around. And finally, I could add my name to the huge list here. I knew why there are supposed to be 50 pickers, but Chris Capune's name is written twice. So this is why it turned out to be 51. Finally, I was able to write my name, and I just saw something that I didn't know before. If you open it from right to left, you will see some of the stickers and the logos and the names and location of some of the pickers, which is very interesting. I didn't notice this at the first time. And I finally could add my logo. I'd like to thank you, Brummie, for sending us your evil Corbin lock. And I'd like to thank all the people who helped me understand and supported me to pick this lock. So thank you guys. Wish you all the best, and I will see you guys around.